Hi, I'm Rhonda and welcome to Learn with Sawgrass. I'm the education manager here and we join you live normally every Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. and we're going to tell you everything to help you be successful with Sawgrass. We're going to talk about our inks, we're going to talk about our printers, we're going to talk about our software, and we're also going to offer you some inspiration and hopefully some tips to grow your business as well. So we hope you always join us. We are here on a special day and time. Technically, this is supposed to be 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday. We are starting late, so I do apologize, but just working through some things today. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And just so I don't forget to say it at the end, we are joining you again next Monday live at 1 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. And that is because I'm going to be traveling for the company later in the week. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out on Monday. We have some fun inspiration for you, so hopefully you'll enjoy that one. I believe we are going to be talking about some great ads for your stores for what we refer to here lovingly as gifting season. So that is Mother's Day, Father's Day, wedding season, graduation season. So hopefully you'll enjoy that one as well. We do have a very special one for you today. And what I'm going to be doing is I am going to see how many shirts I can make in 45 minutes. So Rhodes is going to set a timer for us. I know I'm going to be a little slower than I would want to be, but that's okay. We'll be fine. It won't kill us. So we're going to see how many we can do in 45 minutes. So we're going to get him to set our timer in just a second. I will tell you about the file. It is a pre-made file. Typically, if you were doing a large run, that is what you would be doing is a file that's already prepped. So, Rhodes, we'll start with me pre-pressing the first garment. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready?
3, 2, 1.
All right, so there's our 45-minute countdown. I am going to go ahead and start sending my first file to the printer. Now, just to kind of remind you what we are doing or to tell you what we are doing, this is our VersiFlex ink set. Our VersiFlex ink set does work on cotton fabric when you use the VersiFlex light paper. So this is VersiFlex light paper with the VersiFlex ink. Now remember, with that ink set, you can do your normal sublimation with your sublimation transfer paper in there. But today we're using the VersiFlex ink and the VersiFlex light paper. Now normally this is $3.75 for 30 seconds. When you do the actual press, I just did a pre-press on that one. I'm just waiting for my print. There's a wrinkle in my shirt and it's bothering me. All right. So we're going to go ahead and position that. You notice that when I position, I do hold it in my hands, get it even with where I want it to go on the shirt. And then I drop that down. I typically do put wax paper on top still. We'll go ahead and press that. All right, and that is, as you can tell, super high pressure is what we're going to use with these cotton shirts. And this is 100% Bella canvas shirt, 100% cotton Bella canvas shirt. And so we'll go ahead and let that press. Now, I would say this would be a design that a brewery is using. They are going to probably have this for sale for the regular customers. So we're going to go ahead and quickly pull that off. I'm going to go ahead and do a finishing press on that. Now we do a finishing press because, as you see, anytime we're doing this, the fabric's pulling up just slightly. And that's because it is being pulled with the paper. It is sticking just a little bit. So because of that, we always do this finishing press just to make it look a little bit more polished. We're We're going to do about 10 seconds. And we're going to let that finish. Okay. Rhodes, how was I for my first shirt?
First shirt took you 3 minutes.
3 minutes, which is a little long. I'm going to try to improve my time as we go.
But that's counting the press portion, or the print portion as well.
That's counting the print as well, which we would. Okay, these aren't going to be a perfect stack. We're going to go ahead and stack them. I'm going to go ahead and hit print on that next one. Okay. And while that is printing, and I'm kind of thinking, I think what I'm going to do is start hitting that right before I do the finish press, now that you've seen one. And I hope I properly showed you that design. You'll see it enough. All right. We're going to go ahead and get that pre-pressed and ready to go. Yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to start that a little quicker, but that worked pretty well. We're going to position that, drop it, and let it go. Rhodes, just yell out if there are any questions. I think ultimately, if you had a good follow through and you weren't talking through the process, you could probably do a shirt in 2 minutes. Maximum, with the pre-press, with the finish press, with the print. I think you really, 2 minutes seems about right.
I think that's fair, because if you weren't talking, you'd be printing your next one while you were waiting.
Exactly. So if I wasn't talking, if I wasn't kind of demoing, this would go a little bit faster. I would be more multitasking too in between. But just to kind of show you, we'll probably benchmark this again a little bit later in the year. See if my speed's better. Yeah. He's gonna hurry me.
Break 2.
I know, right? Okay, let's start the finish press. I'm gonna multitask here. There we are. Okay.
10 seconds.
Yep, see, perfect. All right, so you can see how that looks when it's finished. We had a little fun with this, creating this business. Again, I'm not stacking perfect. I'm just stacking for us to see it for demo purposes. Okay.
Lori did say that the first few take a bit longer than you find a good groove.
Yeah, you do. Just kind of as you go, it gets a little bit faster and a little bit smoother. And I already have my next print, which is nice. Okay. And this print works really well because it fully fills the paper, so that takes a lot of the guesswork out as well. Makes it a lot easier just to do. Okay. So yeah, so that's the beauty of the VersiFlex ink. I could do a run of shirts like this. I also can do whether that is uncoated wood or I can do my traditional sublimation. So the workflow is a little bit different, of course. Again, I'd probably be doing other multitasking things. I may stop folding until now because I have 30 seconds to kill. But you definitely, if you were doing this every day, could figure out a way to do this a lot faster. Two, just as you go. Right. Go ahead and do that finishing press. Okay. We're going to go ahead and print on that next one. I'm going to try this. I'm just going to set this aside for a minute. Go ahead and pre-press my next one. And see if we can cut a few more seconds off my time. For this, you know, with the shirts like this, there's so many different companies and different businesses that would need them. Of course, our little fictional brewery would need employee shirts too. So that's definitely something that you could do is the employee shirts, and then these. We have a couple of different varieties or variations on this particular logo too. Alrighty. And I'll go ahead and fold this one while that's going. See, I'm already improving my time, Rhodes.
You're at 1:06 for the current shirt, so I think you're on a quicker pace now.
I am, and you know, a lot of it's just kind of getting used to it, getting the flow going. I can't fold, guys. I should be able to fold better than that, but there you go. Yeah, and it's just kind of figuring out this workflow, what works best to keep it moving quickly. All right. Any questions or comments over there, Rhodes?
No, we were caught up on. Well, actually, I'll let you take it just while you're talking.
Yeah.
Someone is asking how different it is from using Easy Subly.
Well, so the Easy Subly, there's two ways we're going to have this conversation. So for one, if you're using Easy Subly as a sublimation ink, these two inks are going to work exactly the same. They're both going to be used with a sublimation transfer paper. Now, where this becomes a little different is if I were using the Easy Subly ink with the Easy Subly heat transfer vinyl, that's going to be a very different process because then I am using it with a cutter. So most of the time I'm going to be sending it from the cutter software over to print it. And then I'm going to be sending it back to the software to cut it afterwards. So that's kind of where the difference is. With this being used in this way, all I'm really doing is, you see the process is a little different. It is that get it on there quickly. It is that hot peel afterwards. But otherwise, process-wise, you know, you don't have to use other equipment. If we're talking about some of the other systems out there that do cotton, where you have to use a powder or other things to help prepare that or make that work, we're not having to do any of that. It's simply still just a print and press. It's just the flow's a little bit different. So that's kind of the difference there. I hope I answered that question. And I have no clue which camera to look at.
That one.
Okay,
I'm
good.
keeping you on that one so you don't have to go back.
Good, 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 good. Hey, look, even my folding's getting better as we go.
Lori says you need that flip fold gadget.
Oh, the flip fold gadget is amazing. Or even just the folding board. If I were doing this and I were making a stack, you know, and I may actually get one of those between now and next week. If you are going to be at the Impressions Show Long Beach, we will be there. I will be there. I'm going to be doing what I'm calling truly live workshops, because we will be going, I will be presenting 3 times per day, kind of like this. It's going to be very much like a live workshop, talking about the Sawgrass difference, talking about integrating Sawgrass into an existing business, some of those things. And then just talking about the versatility. I'm going to have some really cool projects that I'm going to be doing in that one. So we're going to be doing a lot of this, but one of those I will be doing a lot of these shirts, just like I am today. So it's good practice for talking and pressing. And these are turning out amazingly, which is great. And you know, in a perfect world, I'd have a nice little bin over here for all my scrap paper. And I think I'm getting so effective, I'm gonna have to start my print quicker because my efficiency has, oh no, I didn't. I didn't pre-press a shirt, look at me. I knew I was missing a step. Getting a little too proud of myself. Okay, so we're going to pre-press that. Okay. Yeah, so normally you would have some music going. I have the room nice and cool, have a fan going so you're not dealing with the hot press. And be all set. Okay, so there goes that. Let's fold this. Yeah, so of all the processes, if you ever used our old Chromoblast ink, or I guess it's not old, but older than VersiFlex, that was just for cotton. The beauty of this is that you can do both, because I can still do my sublimation with this same ink and this same printer. The only thing that's changing is I change out the paper. Normally when I do this class, I have a printer over here with an option tray underneath so that I can have both papers in there at one time. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start another one. Here we go. Alrighty. I feel like this is my biggest rush, is moving between doing one and then moving over to the other. Sorry, there's a foreign body in my shirt. Did just come out of the box, please know that. There was just a little bit of lint that I wanted to go ahead and get out of there. Look at me slowing myself down. But that is a good thing to remember. There are always things that go wrong that will kind of take you off what you normally do. Change your workflow just slightly like that did. Okay. And that's why if you have heard my workshop, I have a workshop on my production tips. And one of those is that you do something like this, where you do a few now, even if you're going to do most of your production on the weekend, you do a few during the week. So if there is a printer issue, if there's anything that happens, you can go ahead and get that fixed while we have people on our care team. And if you do ever have an issue with the software, with the ink, with the printer, it's care.sawgrassink.com. So we do want to make sure and do, just a couple during the week just to make sure everything's working. Rhodes will tell you. One of our R&D chemists was in here with me. I just wanted to make sure everything was smooth and ready to go before I got started. So he did come and visit me and make sure I was doing this and everything was good before we got started. All right. All right. Those are looking great. And again, just think about all of the local businesses. I was doing a list the other day. We were making some fake companies up. And I was kind of listing people who need t-shirts. Restaurants always need t-shirts. Sporting groups always need t-shirts. I felt I was being oddly specific, but I said bank employees on Fridays when they're doing a charity promotion, they need t-shirts. 5K runs need t-shirts. There's just so many different places and groups that can use those. So it's just, think about it. Think of who you need to contact who may need the t-shirts. But there's so many that you could do. Now I have one more of this color, and then we're going to switch over to a new color. How am I doing on time? How many minutes have I been going?
You've been going for about 21 minutes. So
Oh, that's not bad.
I'd say your average shirt time is probably about 2 minutes, 30 seconds right now. 2
Okay,
minutes, 40 seconds.
that's not bad for me.
Especially with talking and...
Talking and doing other things. I'm on camera, so I'm being careful of that too. But I think I have a pretty good flow going. Are there any more questions?
Nope, just some comments. Lori's just saying check your supplies too. That's
Yeah.
more irritating when you don't have an ink color, you don't have enough paper.
Yeah.
And she said between Chromoblast and VersiFlex, she prefers VersiFlex hand.
I think everyone does. I think it's a much better feel to it. All right. And we're doing it. I have a daughter who's in high school. It's that season. There's already 50 million things that she's a part of and she's attending. All of those are things that need shirts. They have a good habit at her school, and I love it. When they go on a school trip that's like an out-of-town trip, they'll all wear the same shirt. So they'll actually have different color shirts for each day of the trip. So that, on one day you wear one color and on another you wear another. So everyone matches. But for somebody, that means more business making shirts. So shirts are so huge and such a big thing to do. All right. All right, we're gonna switch. I haven't tried this design on the pink, but I think that's going to look nice. I know the green will as well. I tried the blue earlier. The blue was beautiful. All right. My paper's curly. No curly paper. Not today. It is, I mean, though, there's not a lot of dead time in doing this, which is nice as well. I've kind of worked most of that out, so it's pretty much a bing, bang, boom on this, which is nice. Go ahead and position that, drop it, and get it pressing. Sorry, just grabbing a quick sip of water. And then we'll get this one folded too. All right. Yeah, that is a nice stack of shirts. I wasn't sure how many you could do if you just worked straight through for 45 minutes. And honestly, Rhodes, I don't think I would work straight through for 45 minutes. I would probably work in like 15-minute increments. It's getting a lot. I know, right? Drink some more water. Oh, I do love it on the pink, though. Remind me to show that to camera in just a minute. Okay. And I do think in a couple of months we're going to do this again just to kind of try some new things. We'll make a list of some things that we think may work better.
You've done 25 minutes so far.
Nice. Okay. Check that out.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, I love that pink. I think I'm settling in too. But it is kind of nice to have people to talk to while you do something like this. It kills some time. But I also feel like I'm in a race. So I feel like, okay, you have to push. You got to make sure that you keep the time going. Okay. All right. So if anyone joined us late and you're wondering what is she doing, we are looking at how many shirts I can make in 45 minutes with the Sawgrass printer with VersiFlex ink. So this is a 100% cotton shirt. And using our VersiFlex ink and our VersiFlex light paper, you can go on to that cotton. And what I'm doing is each shirt gets a pre-press, each shirt gets a 30-second press, and then it gets that post press as well. So that's what you kind of see me doing. The other part of this is I am making a stack of shirts that is going to go with us to Long Beach for a trade show next week. So if you didn't hear me say this earlier, this was supposed to start at 1 today on Monday. We have one next Monday at 1 as well. Typically, this year we are coming from you live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern is the current time. And so we normally come to you on Wednesdays. It will be Monday today and then next week as well as I get ready to leave and go to California. And if you are going to be at the impression show, please stop by and see us. We are so excited to be there with you. And you will see at least some of my shirts on display. All right. We're going to go ahead and start the next one. Okay, that is that finished press. It is ready to go. Now, if you do have any questions, if you do have any comments, if you have any things you do to speed up production, ow, that's hot, please go ahead and put those in the chat, and Rose will be glad to answer them or let me know so I can answer them. But I am working on some arm strength here, doing all of this. And I do love the VersiFlex ink with the VersiFlex light paper, especially going on to fabric. And you can do any fabric. You can do blends of fabrics as well. So you can do any of that. But the cotton shirts are just so popular for things like this. And they work so well for that. But I really enjoyed all the different things. Continue to check out our workshops. We are only going live once per month or once per week this year, but we are doing a second workshop. You may have caught the one from last week. It went up on Friday, not on Thursday, but we did get that one up as well. And so that was just a lot of file name and folder efficiency stuff to help you as you start the new year.
You are coming up on 30 consecutive minutes.
30 minutes, good. We're getting there. Got a nice stack of shirts going. And I do feel like I'm using the time efficiently too. I think this is working really well. Even my little awkward stretch over to hip print, yep, while I'm pressing. But that pre-press doesn't take a lot of attention. I can hold that down and print all at the same time. I'm getting my multitasking gold ribbon today. And now one of the other things to note is there is no white ink here, but you notice these colors are not really, the pink is not really showing through, the cream didn't really show through. The design is shining on all of that, which is really great. It's one of my favorite things about VersiFlex is it does work so well. I am using pastel colors today, but that was just a choice. You can go with lights, brights, and whites as well. And those brights can go pretty much middle range. We do have a, on the darker side, red shirt that looks really great that we have even in the room today. You, of course, are going to design for it. So I wouldn't put this design on there, but with the black, it looks really great. Thank you, Rose. Okay. All right. So it is very versatile. One of our favorite things is just that, and thus the name. Because there is so much that you can do with it, and you're not having to get rid of your normal sublimation. So you can still do your mugs, you can still do your photo frames, your acrylic awards, your glass cutting boards, and then with the same ink, now we're able to easily do all of these shirts as well. I'm getting a decent little stack going there. Okay. I'm going to fold a little bit. Be a nice little thing, have a TV set up where I have the camera set up, watch a good movie or a good show over there. While you're going, watch some football. It's that time of year for playoffs. Oh, and look at me. Get started talking, forget to hit print. All right, let's go ahead and hit print again. Okay. And we'll go ahead and pre-press the next one. All right. All right, we're going to pre-press that. It is funny though, because as you keep going, I keep forgetting like where I am in the process. Like, am I about to press or am I about to pre-press? All right. Okay.
Lori said that she barely survived the Bears and Packers game. She doesn't think she'll be working the football anytime soon.
Yeah, you know, I think it may not help you stay zen and calm. If you are doing that, my word of the day is staying zen. You probably would not stay very zen watching a game like that one. I found a new game show I love. Unfortunately, I finished the only season of it, so hopefully they'll come up with another one soon.
What's the game show?
It's called What's in the Box with Neil Patrick Harris. And basically, it's teams. They're competing to win prizes with giant prizes or boxes with giant prizes. It's a lot of good trivia. So it's like putting things in order is a lot of it. So which of these, put these sports in order from the smallest number of games to the largest number of games.
You are under 9 minutes left.
Yay!
45-minute timer.
That's not bad. And I'm guessing, what's that? Is it 15 shirts, 20 shirts?
It's going to be closer to 20.
Yeah, I think so too. Did I not do a finishing press? Did I skip a finishing press on that one? I did a pre-press. No, I think I just talked right through the finishing press. Which, you know, slow myself down. Any other questions or comments?
No. Lori said the new season of Traders. She was I don't know that show.
So Traders is a show where they go to this castle in Scotland, and I believe it's always celebrities. And so they have to, like, the traders are trying to kill the good guy. I don't think they call them good guys, but they're trying to kill the good guys. And the good guys are trying to find and eliminate all the traitors. And the final person standing wins $250,000.
Wow.
Yeah. This season, pretty good mix of comedians, athletes, and people from the Real Housewives. So, I think I kind of like
So
blacked
comedians
out
and
in the
athletes
last
and then
two.
nobody else?
Yeah, I guess you would call them reality show stars.
Yes. Sure they would.
So yeah. But yes, it started last week. I think this season's been taken off pretty good. If you don't want to watch sports while you do all your pressing, or you could just listen to music too. Okay. I think I'm good this time. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing. All right. It's going to wrinkle on me. Okay. Finishing press. Hip print. There we go. It's fun because my stack's getting so tall that I'm about to hit it with the press, which is fun. All right. All right. Okay, there's our pre-press. Okay. All
We're
right.
under 5 minutes.
Under 5 minutes, so we probably have another one or two. I think so. We'll get to move into the green after all. Other than the fact that I feel like I am in a race, this has gone pretty well. And, knock on metal, no bad prints. Everything has been successful. Now, again, I did do a lot of pre-work to make sure that was going to be the case. And I have talked about this too, that you could do your pre-pressing and just have them kind of laid out on top each other, pre-pressed, to kind of cut that step out. You can't take out the finished press. All right. We're going to call it after the next one, and we'll say how much time it took.
I think that's going to be spot on 45.
I think so too. This is the last one. Is that what we said?
So,
And then everyone gets to see what it looks like on the green. And just trust me, it looks good on the blue too. All right, we're gonna get this pre-pressed. We're ready to go. Okay. All right, last one. Any questions or comments?
we're caught up on all that.
Awesome. I like to fold them where you can see the design. Looking all pretty. I've gotten quicker on the folding as we've gone too. You forget how to fold. Okay, we're gonna do a finishing press. Where are we? I'm having some cheerleaders outside the window, which is always fun. Where are we time-wise?
You're almost to a minute left.
A minute left, so we're gonna finish up just a few seconds early once I fold this. Okay. All right.
Will you show the camera the green?
I will. Oh, before I fold it, yeah. Look at the green. Isn't that pretty? This is such a great design that Lindsay made me that works on everything. Okay. All right. We're going to call that 45 minutes. And I'm not going to trip over anything. I promise. Okay, let's do our final count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and maybe 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 and 45 minutes. So if we did 16 and 45 minutes while talking, I think you could realistically do 25 if you worked at my pace in an hour.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think 25 in an hour would be pretty close to. Fair to say. And again, I don't have an assistant. I was talking the whole time I was doing it. And again, you could do some time-saving things like pre-pressing shirts and stuff like that to make your life a little bit smoother. But I think 25 in an hour is a pretty good pace. All right, so Rode, show my screen.
All right, now?
Yep. Okay. So if you've not seen this before, this is our return on investment, our ROI calculator. How many shirts you would need to sell to make your money back. So if these shirts, if I were the restaurant, the brewery, and I owned the printer and was making them myself and was selling them for $24.95, which is a relatively good price for a shirt, I could pay off my SG500 with my VersiFlex ink with 50 shirts. Now, that is literally 2 hours of my time if I do nothing else except for press, from what we just showed you. So, quite easily, if you have 50 people who would buy the shirts, you're golden. You can sell them. So if you're a company that just wants to add this to make merch like this, whether you are a home user who's making it to sell through the PTA, the PTO, selling it through the athletic department. I mean, we've talked about this before, and Rose, throw some in if I missed them. Let's just talk about a typical high school. A typical high school has a band. They have a football team, they have a baseball team, they have cheerleaders, they have cross country, they have track. Track's going to be broken into several different disciplines that would want different things. There's typically a chess club, there's a theater club, there is going to be
Basketball,
Left out basketball, softball, baseball.
tennis.
What the heck is that? Oh, tennis. Rhodes is over here doing charades and it's not working very well, guys. Tennis, softball, and then when we get into the community, there's pickleball. My daughter skates, so there is figure skating. Within figure skating, there is now a high school team. There is a theater on ice team. When you look over at the hockey side, well, there is adult hockey. There is law enforcement hockey, or civil servant hockey, because there's a fireman team as well. Every age has their own hockey team. There is curling there as well. And I forgot about the adult skaters, which you can't forget them. So there are so many different groups and activities that making 50 shirts, which we're going to say is 2 hours of your time, and then selling them pays off your printer. And then everything else, is just golden. You're just paying for your ink and your supplies. So it is such an easy thing to do. So I just kind of wanted to show you how quickly I can do it. I feel I can do it faster. I think in the second quarter of the year, you're probably going to see this workshop again on a Wednesday. So please look for that. Again, we have another workshop dropping this week. I believe it is on waste reduction, so that's one that we're going to upload. And then next week we will be back with you. Again, that is going to be Monday that we'll be with you, but we will join you then. Think Differently podcast is currently on hiatus, but we will have an episode towards the end of the month. And that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for joining me late. Thank you for joining me on a different day, and thanks for just listening to me randomly talk. See you again soon. Bye-bye.